She never appreciated all the stuff you tried to do to cover
It
her
just
lack of
wasn't
truth.
good enough.
Nothing was ever good
Never
enough.
good enough. I
That's
only
why
remember.
you're so hard on yourself if
Yeah.
you forget your purse once in a year.
Well, I just don't. I just feel like a jackass. I do. I feel
Who calls
stupid.
Who calls you stupid for
Me.
one time in a year? Did you call yourself smart for the other 364 days?
I don't even think about the
You
other
don't even
days.
get credit for that.
Nope.
Yeah.
Frankly.
364 days.
I like to
you
count
did
the
it.
problems.
You remembered your purse and you get no credit for the one time that you forgot your purse. You call yourself stupid and a jackass.
So you're saying that I have to give myself credit,
That's
not get
100%.
credit from other people.
You have to have a different formula for credit.
It doesn't even occur to me to say
But
to
you
myself,
don't know there's
that's okay.
100% that you had to be from your imagination as a kid so you could take care of everything.
Well, I didn't know it was imaginary. I thought that's the way it is.
Well, children live in their imagination when they have no power. They're 3 years old, for goodness sake. And
Yeah, but I'm not
somewhere-
3 anymore.
No, but whoever you imagine. Do you remember when you had your first doll or teddy bear?
We weren't allowed to have those. There's
Did you
too much
have a
clutter.
toy?
Really, we didn't get toys.
Did you have anything you cuddled? A pillow?
Not really.
A blanket?
Nope.
You didn't have anything you're attached to? Checkers?
I like my sister, my brother.
Oh, that was your toy, huh?
They were my toys.
They were your toys?
They were other little people around
Do you
to
remember
play
when
with.
they were first born?
I don't really remember my sister because she's too much, but I remember my brother.
Okay, do you see a picture of him when he first came home?
Yeah.
Okay. When's the last time you remembered that picture?
I don't remember.
Well, how fast did that picture come up in your brain when you saw a picture just now?
Quick.
Well, that's how fast the past would be with your mother not speaking and making fun of you. That's how fast it'll come up that you had that feeling, like when you're talking to your daughter that you feel she's not appreciating what you're doing. You're talking about your mother.
Wow. That's scary.
That's how fast the anger would come up that you couldn't afford as a child.
So I don't want to get angry at the wrong person.
No, but you didn't put her down. You just felt the feeling, right?
Yeah, but my voice started getting really loud and I was
But
like...
you didn't know why.
I had no idea why, except I was like, that's not correct. That's not the brand that I got. And I'm like, well, so what difference does it make? What difference does it make?
If she's choosing something different, then you didn't do it perfectly right.
If they're not waiting for the replacement, which I'm working hard to get,
Yeah,
and they
because
go,
you're taking care of everything.
right.
Because you always were alone taking care of everything. Where was your father?
He was working. He had to go to work.
So you were the oldest, and you always had to take care of everything. So if anything was to be, it was up to you.
My mother did food shopping and wash.
Oh,
I mean, I wasn't
well,
doing
at 3
that.
years old, I wouldn't expect you to be able to reach the buttons on the washing machine.
Yeah, it's true.
But the point is, your mother did something.
But it feels like I should have known.
Yes,
A
and
lot of things very
that's
early.
right. And well, that's what you imagined you should do because that was the only power you had. If she wasn't doing that much, and she couldn't speak German, then you imagined it was up to you.
But I thought that if I did those things, that she would say thank you. That's what I was always waiting for.
Well, you know what?
Because I like that attention.
When you look in the mirror in the morning, tomorrow morning,
Yeah, it's up to me.
you have to say thank you to yourself. And
Wasted a lot of time in my life.
And you also have to say, excuse me, I am going to take the word stupid out of my vocabulary.
Yeah, that would be good.
For once a year, and I'm going to give myself credit for 364.
Yeah, I guess. I think it'll be very hard to do.
That's okay because the reward is really worth it. One, you'll get rid of hating yourself and calling yourself stupid for one mistake. And number two, you won't have so much of a conflict. Number three, you'll feel really good about all the wonderful things you've done since you were a kid.
But isn't that being like selfish and narcissistic?
No,
Constantly.
it's called self-love. It's not
different.
Narcissism is when we look in the pond and we fall in love with our image, our imaginary 100%. Everything less is nothing. So, Narcissus fell in love with her image in the pond, but it wasn't who she was. It was an imagination of a 100% perfect person.
I'd
There
love
are
that
no
if
such
I
people.
was like
they don't
that.
exist. I'm
No.
sorry.
I'm not going to ever remember everything.
No.
So
And
disappointing.
You're not. But how about look, if you got a 99 on a test, would you be damning yourself for the point you didn't get?
At one
Probably.
point, probably.
Yeah. Well,
I don't do that
but
anymore.
oh, good. Well, you see, then
I'm just
you,
happy to get
then
a
you,
good
Then
grade.
you can say 99 is enough.
It is.
Well,
for
one
tests.
one day out of 365, 99 is enough. So the other day, I actually lost my keys. You know where I found them? In the garbage bag. I went through all the garbage bags, and there they were. I have never misplaced my keys.
Wow.
But guess what? This was the first time. And because I had so many company here, I had in my, and I said, I
your
went through one
schedule's
garbage
different.
bag, hands full of vegetables, and I dumped in my, then I said, I'm not going to put this garbage out, because then I'll say you should have, because I couldn't find them any other place in the house. So I went through the second bag, and there they were. And I said, I made a quiet determination that if I lost them, I could replace them, but I'll do this first, and I found them.
That was
And I
smart.
didn't say, the one time I lost my keys, I'm a stupid person.
That's good.
But I've called myself stupid many, many times, and
Hmm.
then I've had to do this work between the 100%
And the zero.
But
I
the
see
more
what
you
you're
do
saying.
it, the more you do it, the more you'll consider yourself and your wants.
Yeah. I just automatically feel, it goes like so quickly. Whatever is happening, it never even occurred to me. It's just when I got off the phone, I go, my goodness, Susan, you're yelling at her about what? That she replaced her own watch?
She replaced her own watch.
Yep, she replaced her own watch, which was good. She replaced her own watch while I'm fixing hers. She should have one to use. There's nothing she did that was against me.
No.
It felt like it was
No,
the
it's
biggest
just that
insult
you
ever.
almost, because it means she's getting something else. You didn't do a perfect job.
Hey, you know what? I'm really anxious, though, about driving without a license. How much time do we have left in our session?
I don't know how much time we have left, but we have about 5 minutes or so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
And so we can come back and discuss this a little more?
Well, I'm just wondering whether we should stop early or we still have more time today.
Yeah, we have,
'Cause I'm
we
so
have
anxious.
around 7 minutes
All
or
right,
so.
all right, all right.
But I don't count.
You don't
it's
count.
It's just that you're anxious, so I got to give
I
you a
know,
number.
I'm sorry. If you
I
don't give
gotta
me a
give you a
number, I
number.
can't
So,
deal with the
because
anxiety.
in between the 7 minutes, you could be
I'm worried about
damning
getting in the
yourself
car.
and calling yourself, well, you know something? Someone will give you a lift. We'll drive you up there. Some
Have you ever
people are
forgotten your
coming.
license?
Ever?
Ever.
I don't want to even tell you I can't remember that, because then you'll think I'm perfect and you're not. But I guarantee you I'm
Yeah, but
not
you
perfect.
lost your keys, so I already
I
know
lost
you're
my
not
keys, so
perfect.
therefore I'm not perfect.
Right.
Perfect is the end of loving yourself.
Okay. It's past.
Nothing wrong with excellence, but
So you're telling me basically something that makes sense when I'm not in a panic, that there's no perfection in the world. is what
no,
you're telling me.
but a child who is alone, having to talk for her mother at 3 years old, and having her mother nervous and then make fun of her for everything she tries to do with 2 younger siblings, you can imagine the imagination of a child of what she expects herself to be. Beyond possibility. And then when she can't reach that later in life, there's no time in the mind. That thing will come and go like this. So you're trying to get the watch fixed. She's ordering something else, and you figured you didn't do good enough. And then you're
That's what it feels like.
And then you're going to project it to be angry at her.
Right.
Because she's making you a failure. But this is nothing at all. It's a
nothing.
watch. That's
Yeah.
all it is, but it has nothing to do with the watch. It
So
has
how
to
do I
with
not do that?
You weren't good enough.
Right. That's what it felt like.
Okay.
I wasn't good
And
enough.
who's saying that but the 100% self you imagine you should be at 3?
Not my daughter, by replacing
No.
the watch, because she really
No.
didn't say that.
No. But there's a you that lives in the 90% of your brain that's unconscious, that processes information from ideas you had when you were a child at 400 million synapses, the gap between the neurons, the wires of your brain, a second, while your conscious mind only processes 12 or 13,000.
So now that I know this, though, then I can stop it from happening ever again, right?
Ever again?
Ever again.
No. You catch it after it happens, say, oh, I did it again. And then after a lot of practice on that particular issue,
Yeah.
you catch yourself. And you get it before you dump on yourself, when you're about to, or before your voice shows anger at your daughter. In other words, this is a learning experience, and you always have your mind with you, so you don't even need a book to carry. Your mind is the lab.
Don't you wish you could just turn it in and get it fixed? And make it more adaptive without having
but
drop the brain off.
When you learn, drop it off at the
Get it,
shop.
yeah.
Would you please take my 100% out? But at least
Wouldn't that
we're
be
talking
great?
about
Oh my
it.
God.
Yeah, I had it since I'm a child, but since there's no time in the brain,
Okay.
you know, I
So
asked
it's
you
not a
about,
sign of dementia or anything?
Yeah, I asked you about the picture of your brother when
Yeah.
he was born.
Yeah.
This picture was there because he didn't have any toys and stuff. But that picture came up instantly.
Yeah.
And when's the last time you remembered that? God knows.
Who knows?
But that's how fast the expectations at 3 years old will come up too, and you'll go like this because one day you forgot something.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to see you
Interesting.
next week, okay? Is that okay with you?
All right.
You don't have to call me.
No.
Okay?
I think we should set a time now.
Okay.
And
Good, Kathy.
Thank
You've
you.
done very well.
yeah. Well,
Don't go for perfect. It doesn't exist.
don't go for perfect. All right.
Okay. I want to thank Sue Friedman. You play that role so well because you understand this, because you're a psychotherapist in Bridgewater, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Studied it a little bit.
Susan Friedman,
Thank
wonderful,
you.
wonderful role. That's fantastic. Thank you so much. And
You're
thank you very much for watching. Thanks, Sue Friedman. Thanks very much for watching and saying hello when I'm bopping around the supermarket. And if you have an idea for a show, a subject you'd like us to do, please grab a pencil. You'll see in the credits a number. You can call, you can write, and let me know what you'd like us to do a show on. I'll be happy to do it. For now, you take really good care of yourself and just keep looking through Looking Glass.